Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Will and welcome to Copper Jacket TV. So we've got some breaking news today and it is big. Thanks to Representative Clyde, we might end up seeing the full version of both the SHORT Act and the Hearing Protection Act added back into the one big beautiful bill. Not only could we see full deregulation instead of just getting the $0 tax, but this could also lead to the firing of the Senate parliamentarian. This is huge, so let's talk about what's going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here with the Reconciliation Bill, the Hearing Protection Act, and the SHORT Act. As you know, things have been extremely fluid. It seems like things are changing by the hour because just earlier the Senate voted to pass the modified version of the Reconciliation Bill. Now they have to send it over to the House. Now that the House has it, they can determine what to do with this bill. Well, just a short time ago, we got an update that gives me some real hope for deregulation. Not just the zeroing out of the taxes, but real deregulation. This update came on X from House Representative Andrew Clyde. Check out what he said. Breaking, I just introduced an amendment to the Senate-passed Budget Reconciliation Bill to remove the NFA registration requirements for suppressors, SBRs, SBSs, and AOWs. I am fighting till the very end to get as many 2A wins in the OBBB, one big beautiful bill, as possible. So basically what Representative Clyde did here is he introduced an amendment. We still need the votes for this amendment, but he introduced this amendment to add deregulation back into the reconciliation bill. Now, this amendment also addresses major concerns that a lot of people had who lived in states where if suppressors were removed from the NFA, they would become banned in that state. There was actually some people who wrote me saying that they didn't want it to pass because they would subsequently be banned where they're from. This deals with that, and that gets rid of this issue. So now, if suppressors are removed from the NFA, they would still be legal in those states. So this is huge. Now, this is where the calling needs to start again, because this to me is like a Hail Mary, right? This is our last ditch effort to make sure that we can get this done. And we need the votes to get this amendment through, because if this amendment does pass, it will force this bill back to the Senate, where the Senate would be forced to face the fact that this is going to be in there. And because this is Trump's one bill right here, and they want to get it done, Senate Majority Leader John Thune would be left with no other option than to either fire the parliamentarian or just simply ignore her. Those would be the only two options if this goes back to the Senate with that language included. Now, you see that number right there? Make sure you call it. Find your representative and tell them that you want the CLYDE Amendment passed. This is extremely important. I know that some people are sick of calling. Some people don't even think calling works. But if one phone call can change the outcome of this, then it's worth it. So give that number a call, find your rep, tell them to pass the CLYDE Amendment so that this is forced back to the Senate with full deregulation included. Again, I wanted to share that breaking news with you. Like I said, everything is fluid. You can always follow me on X. I will try and update you guys as often as possible, even if it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and let you guys know what's going on. So anyway, I feel like this is maybe our last best effort, our last ditch effort to get full deregulation instead of just a zeroed out tax. So I wanted to let you know about that. Thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thumbs ups are always appreciated. That little alarm bell will let you know when new videos come out. You all have a good day.